the two of you to go your separate ways. But in reality, it shows you just how close you two are and just how serious they are about staying with you. So I do feel like this distance, I don't think it's a long-term thing, but maybe it's just someone's got a trip they need to go on, or maybe they're working a little bit too late. This distance ends up showing you just how close you really are, which is interesting. So let's go in spirit with a little bit of Winchenton. And I hope you're having a good day so far. If you're interested in a personal reading, I would love to do one for you. My email address is wickedonestarot@gmail.com. That's in the description box for you at the top, as is more information on how to become a member. Thank you to the current members. Hello, Key Controller. Hello, Jess. What's going on? Oh, hi. Let's see what else we've got. We're going to dive in with the Voyage of the Soul. What else is going on? Oh, and quick reminder to those that are in the stars or the towers, as far as membership, we do have our members only live stream this Tuesday at 7 p.m. Central. If you're in the Chariot tier, you can upgrade before that if you'd like to be a part of that. Okay. We've got metamorphosis, transformation, change, renewal, revolution, and rebirth. Seeking, soul-searching, treasures, uncover, dormant, gifts, and answers. Dimensions, portals, astral travel, otherworldly, unseen, and metaphysical. I think this distance is something that both of you look at as, if we're not next to each other, if we're not hanging out all the time, maybe it's going to make it so that we forget about each other. But the way that you both, it's like you still turn towards each other, even despite this distance. It helps like clarify, this is the person I want to spend my life with. So I do feel like this is a really important thing, even though it may seem like it's going to cause issues. It's really about showing each of you, this is my person. This is who I want to really be with. Hello, Tucci. How you doing? Oh, no worries. I don't ever judge on that. Hello, Dana. How are you doing? So we've got mystery and evil eye. Silence, captivating, secrets, high priestess, mystic, hidden, and evil eye. Protection, negativity, gossip, walk away, cancel, and release. So this distance is going to be really helpful because someone's able to release something from the past. There's protection over this connection between you two. And whatever negativity may still have been lingering from a previous connection or a previous betrayal, I feel like that's finally like washed away. Someone lets that go. It's a big deal. All right, this is the Marigold Tarot. Oh, I hope he enjoyed his birthday. Happy birthday to your son. I can't remember. What's his name, Daniel? Nice to have it on a Saturday, though, eh? Five of Rings, or the Five of Pentacles, the Six of Wands, and Two of Wands in the reverse, Three of Swords in the reverse. So the Five of Rings or Five of Pentacles is that distance. It's like when I am like not able to see you all the time, it makes me realize just how much I miss you. It makes me realize that this really is the relationship that I've been looking for. So I do think this is an unexpected distance or an unexpected, like, I won't be able to see you. Maybe I'm not feeling well. Whatever this is, it gives that time for introspection. And it gives that time for, with the Three of Swords in the reverse, like I mentioned, letting go of something, that last little morsel of resentment or frustration from a previous connection finally, burns off, right? All right, so we've got Eight of Cups in the reverse, the Chariot in the reverse. I didn't know if that would ever like be something I could let go of. I didn't know if I would ever be able to move past that negativity or that difficulty that I picked up as a result of being in that relationship. I thought maybe I was always going to have issues pursuing what I wanted, or overthinking, overanalyzing, and expecting the worst of everyone. It's like we have somebody who's like relaxing, you know. I've been on high alert, feeling like it's only a matter of time before you decide you don't want to get to know me better, or you don't want to be in a relationship, and then I'll be heartbroken. They're seeing that they were looking for something that isn't there. I was expecting you to lie to me. I was expecting you to choose someone else or say I'm not good enough, but you continue to choose me. So lots of thinking about how they feel, what they feel that's different from previous situations, feeling like if they don't pursue something serious with you, they would regret it, and acknowledging that you're not going to make the same mistakes as somebody else. For some of you, I'm hearing specifically like you're smarter than that other person. You know not to do that. I do think they're attracted to your intelligence. This is the situations deck. What else do we have? Yeah, so there could be somebody here who's moving. There could be somebody who is having to travel. The physical location change is the main thing for me. It's like you're not able to see this person as much as you had, or they have to cancel, you know, a trip. There's something here where it's like, I want you to appreciate that even though we can't be together, even though I'm, you know, in a different city, that I'm still thinking about you. Maybe you're just really impressed with how they handle being away from you, how communicative they are. They show you that you're their focus, right? And similarly, there's this appreciation for someone not being a drama queen. Thank you for not being like possessive or jealous or assuming the worst. This trust seems to be reinforced. So whatever that drama queen was from the past, and perhaps this is on your side, it could be for you versus the other individual, but there's someone here who was kind of a thorn in the side of looking for love or trusting in people. And now this is finally like out the window. That's cool. Now I know what I want, and I want you. Hey, hun. Yes, exactly. Just make sure that they're inappropriate or disrespectful. Hello, Grindhard. Welcome back. Oh, I know. Wouldn't that make it more fun? Of course, it would also blow up the live chat a little bit, wouldn't it? We've got happiness, wholeness, overjoyed, smiling, soulmates, and meeting. Wow, there's a lot of lovey energy here. So maybe they're finally relaxing. Maybe they're finally able to stop expecting like the other shoe to drop, right? Like, when are you going to lie? When are you going to end up being a disappointment? They're finally just kind of like slapping themselves across the face. Like, maybe this is actually a legitimate person. Maybe this is someone who really cares about me and isn't trying to be, you know, wearing a mask or pretending to be something they're not. So I think this is the realization that you're my soulmate, or I'm in love with you. I want to see you. I miss you. So this distance ends up being rather like healing. Exactly. So we have the Ace of Swords, Strength, and the Nine of Swords. I've got to address the anxiety. I've got to kind of like talk myself back from being so concerned The truth is this person is trustworthy. The truth is, if I'm out of town, they're hanging out on their own and hoping to like hear from me and talk to me on the phone. It's like clearly you are also focused on me. So maybe it's time for me to retire these concerns or the stress that I feel. Maybe I can actually just kind of like cozy up to you and appreciate that this is a good situation. So they're getting out of their head. They're letting go of that negative mindset, recovering from the, change in perception of love that they experienced because of their last breakup. And instead now they're like, okay, I'm ready, like full steam ahead. Let's do this. For some of you, this is someone who's deciding they want to get engaged or they want to move in together. Two of Swords, Ten of Cups in the reverse, Wheel of Fortune, and the Five of Cups in the reverse. If I don't pursue this with everything I've got, I have a risk of like losing you. So they feel like they have to be very clear with their intentions. But I think this is also someone who's thinking about, should I move where you are? Should you move where I am? Should we get a new place? This is like, I want to find a different domestic situation. I want to live in a different place or live with you. And then we've got the Wheel of Fortune, some sort of opportunity. And because that opportunity seems too good to be true or too good to pass up, I think they move on it quickly. So this could be someone who finds a place for the two of you to live. This could be someone who says, it's finally time to confess that I'm in love, or finally time to pop the question. Three of Cups in the reverse and the Seven of Pentacles in the reverse. Why do I feel like this is the ex individual coming back around? I think there's someone here who hears that their ex is moving on and they might get a little upset about it. I kind of think this is a little bit of a side story though, which is nice because we've definitely had a lot of those being like the main feature, if you will. What else do we have? High Priestess. Nine of Swords in the reverse. And the Lovers in the reverse. I do think there's someone here who has been sending negative energy towards your person. Again, it could be towards you. But I think for the majority of you, this is someone who's opening up and becoming more vulnerable and like leaning into the relationship because this negative thing from the past, this negative energy from a previous relationship is finally let go. And that ex might be like aware. They might feel that energy shift, or they might hear that this person's dating and happy or moving in. And that could cause a little flare up of their anger. But I think this King of Pentacles is our person who is doing the introspection and realizing, I want to be with this person. I think they realize like the air is crisper. There's an extra pep in their step because they finally let go of this negative energy from their past. Two of Wands in the reverse. Hierophant. So now that I'm no longer stressing, now that I feel like I can trust, I think it's time for a leveling up in our relationship. Let's make it official. Let's be exclusive. Let's move in together. Let's get married. They're ready. And I don't think they thought they would be for a while. Thank you, Dana. From Grandpa, got you. It was his BD too? Oh, that's so cool. Happy birthday to you, your Gramps. I hope he was participating in the festivities. We've got the Page of Rods or Page of Wands in the reverse, the Six of Swords, and the Two of Cups in the reverse. Letting go of the breakup, realizing that things happened for a reason and it's okay. This is super like comforting. Someone who's doing the work, someone who is letting go of something that's blocked them from falling in love or blocked them from being in a relationship. They let it go. I love that. All right, this is, well, let's go with the Love Tarot. This is the Love Tarot. Did I say hello to Carrie? Hello, Carrie. What else do we have? You're mine. I get so pissed knowing other people can have you now. Is it toxic? Yeah, I don't care. I want the world to know you're mine. This is that toxic person from the past. Like, what do you mean you're moving on? So it may have made it more difficult for the King of Pentacles. Does not have to be a man, by the way. But the King of Pentacles may have struggled moving on from this person from the past because it was that mixed signal where I thought that we were meant to be, but then you also like shoved me away or ran away from me. They still have this possessive energy over the King of Pentacles. Father wounds. My father is a big influence on my behavior now as an adult. I have challenges with connecting to the divine masculine energy within me and externally. But this is something they've dealt with. I'm not saying they're perfect. I'm saying they're coming out as the King of Pentacles, which is, if you're looking for like the best father card, I would definitely say King of Pentacles is up there. Probably also like Emperor. But this is someone who, they have that stability. They have that, they're a reliable partner. They can offer companionship. So I think this is someone who has healed and matured beyond the resentment that they had in that previous relationship, but their ex is still struggling with how things ended, or with this King of Pentacles no longer looking backwards. The King of Pentacles instead is looking towards this future with a new person that they've fallen in love with. And this is somebody that they are wanting to spoil. I want to give you the good life. I want to spoil you with the gifts and trips and everything you could ever need or want. You deserve nothing less. When you have this little separation, whoever's traveling or whoever's, taking care of some business, this person's going to listen to music to remind them of you. I listen to the music that you've shared. It helps me to connect with you, although we are apart. Emotional intimacy, and you're so smart. They're very turned on by your intellect. They enjoy their conversations with you, and they've been struggling with emotional intimacy. It's been a challenge to really open up to you and be authentic, although they do prioritize that or pride themselves on being authentic. They were just a little hesitant because it's like, I really want to be able to protect my heart while also getting to know you. And I feel like now they're getting to a point where it's like, maybe I don't have to be as worried about whether or not I can trust you. Maybe I could just like actually trust you. All right, this is the Cats Rule the Earth. Hello, Outlaw. How are you doing? I like the Halloween emoji. Hello, Dino. You still owe me an email? Because I got your monthly card reading. Thank you for becoming a member. Yeah, thank you everyone for liking and subscribing. I appreciate it. All right, what else do we have? We have the World, the Seven of Wands in the reverse, Five of Pentacles. There was, I think, spell work here. Let's just keep in mind that even just thinking over and over again negative thoughts about somebody and wanting them to not do well is spell work. So it doesn't have to have, someone surrounded by candles with a little open spell book and I don't know, whatever. It doesn't require all of that. But we do have someone here who's saying, I want you to feel like being vulnerable is asking too much. I want you to be alone. I want you to not have anybody. That's what their ex thought of this King of Pentacles. I want you to just either be like waiting for me or like miserable without me type thing. I love Miss Manu. Welcome back. Clear civil exam in 26. Oh, I hope you do. Since 2007. I got you. Sending you some positive study energy too. Wow, that's really weird. I think Rachel was having problems with it too. Yeah, Jess. Hello, Shayla. What's up? All right, what else do we have? 7 of Cups. That's about illusions. Knight of Swords in the reverse. 6 of Swords, 10 of Pentacles, 2 of Cups in the reverse. Okay, so I do feel like there's spell work or very negative intentions sent towards this King of Pentacles, meant to prevent them from getting into a serious relationship. If you're always doubting whether or not you can trust people, you're probably not going to get to that point, right? So we had this realization and introspection that the King of Pentacles has gone through to acknowledge that maybe there's some noise here that they need to get rid of, and they can focus on their intuition and what's like actually in front of them instead of being paranoid or overthinking things all the time. And they have this vision in their mind of being able to be in a very happy relationship with you, despite someone from their past, 2 of Cups in the reverse, wanting them to feel like that 10 of Pentacles is unlikely to happen for them. 10 of Pentacles, I mean, you can see from the card. For some of you, this would be like happy family, right? Married, living together, have a couple kids, have a couple pets. The ex wanted the King of Pentacles to feel like that was something that they would never be able to have. Isn't that good? 7 of Swords in the reverse. Clarifying the 7 of Wands in the reverse. Interesting. 3 of Pentacles. Clarifying the 5 of Pentacles. And the 5 of Cups. Yeah. You hurt me, rejected me, or it wasn't going to work with us. So I hope it never works with anyone, and that you're always like wondering if you can come back around. This was like, I hope things don't ever work out for you romantically because I want you on the back burner, or I want you to never be able to get over me. Are you dealing with a narcissist? Who is this? Oh, I don't love you anymore, but I really think it's important that you continue to love me forever. Ah. That's the worst shuffle I've ever done. All right, what else do we have? The Hierophant in the reverse. Oh, really? Did you see how sneaky that was? 9 of Wands in the reverse, Knight of Pentacles. The spell's broken. It's not going to work anymore. Something changed. What changed? 9 of Wands in the reverse. This person's not defensive anymore. This person sees what they want right in front of them and they believe in it, and they're not letting the negative thoughts take over. This is someone who's going the distance. It's like, okay, look, I'm not a runner. Okay. I don't like running. If you want to make me run, you could like maybe hold like a cheese wheel in front of me, and then I would chase the cheese wheel. That would probably work. But, you know, I did run a 5K once. Just the once. That was enough for me. And I remember being like rah. Like, have you ever seen those cartoons where they just draw like a squiggly line, like to indicate somebody's angry? Yeah, I wasn't really enjoying myself. And I was like, okay, I can do this. I can do this. It was about like, I got to get across the finish line because I signed up to do this, right? Which is, I think, a good attribute to have. But that last little stretch, I was like, why did I sign up for this? But when you can see the finish line, when you get to that last leg, it's like, oh, well, that feels like real. It feels like I could actually accomplish that because I can see it. And all those negative thoughts, it was just kind of like, poof, gone. And I was like, I got this. I can do that. And that's what this person's experiencing. They're seeing the finish line in a very positive way. They're like, okay, maybe this is actually something that could work out. Maybe this is actually what I want in my life. And it's beautiful because it's not just about believing in someone else and their character and their ability to be a good partner. It's also believing in themselves. This King of Pentacles is finally getting to a point where they feel like they deserve that love or that they can act on those emotions, right? All right. We've got the King of Swords in the reverse. Liar, liar, pants on fire. Death in the reverse and the Star. I thought I would never get over this person. I thought I would never get over this heartbreak. I thought I would never have like a better mindset regarding falling in love with somebody new. But then I met you. Then I happened to encounter exactly the kind of person I've been looking for. And it's reminded me how strong I am. And it's helped me to let go of my fears. What is strength if not the ability to conquer your fears, right? Hello, Tina. How you doing? Strength is the same as the Devil in the reverse because you're able to conquer those fears. Four of Cups. High Priestess is the person from the past. They're like, you know what? I'm done with that. I don't need to worry about that anymore. Another Seven of Cups next to the High Priestess. I'm telling you, I think they did spell work on their ex to try to make sure they wouldn't move on, or just because they were that butthurt. Can I say that? Now we've got a determination to focus on the new love. This is what I want. This is what makes me happy. I'm not going to let the problems from my past rob me of something that I would love going forward, because this is unconditional love. Knight of Wands in the reverse, Queen of Coins. They may have initially thought they were just very attracted to you physically. They may have thought this was just going to be like a situationship. But now they're looking at it as the Queen of Coins or the Queen of Pentacles, which would be the divine counterpart to the King of Pentacles. You know, I was hopeful, but still kind of like feeling like things don't ever really work out. But the more I get to know you, the more that we go through, the more that we talk, the more you change my perspective on love. We have the Tower in the reverse, which can be kind of like a positive upheaval, right? Now I can let go and like flush out of my system all of those negative expectations that I have. It's true. Nobody has to wear Crocs. We have the Empress in the reverse. Queen of Swords. Temperance. Look, they admire your intelligence. They think your brain is hot. But even more so, they appreciate that you are communicative, because there's something here that you've been able to address in a very mature manner that indicates to them that you are all about conflict resolution, honesty, and trying to be considerate or caring towards your person. So it's like they're finally breathing that sigh of relief. Like, I don't have to be worried anymore. This is someone I can just like chill with, right? Devil in the reverse. Like I said, with the Strength card, these are the same, right? I've let go of my fears. Ten of Swords in the reverse. Recovery. I don't have to be stuck in that mindset anymore. I can believe in things going well, and I think they're going to go well with you. So I love it. All right, let's get to Dana's question. And Miss Manu would be after that. What do we have as far as a message for Dana from Grandpa Prentice, please? Chariot in the reverse. Judgment. Three of Swords in the reverse. Queen of Rods, which is the Queen of Wands, and the Fool. Okay, so this is about timing. He's basically telling you that for right now, the right decision is to chill. So let's pretend you get some great invitation and you're not sure if you want to go, but you know that this person's going to have another invitation for you in a month. Maybe it's like a monthly party that they throw. There's something here about the time isn't right quite yet, but it's going to be. So do not worry about it. I see with this Queen of Wands energy, you're drawing in what it is that you want, and there's a risk or a new beginning for you, I feel like, in the next year. So what I mean by that is like early 2026, I see something happening in this situation. But he's saying it's just not right now. Be patient. Because, you know, let's say you're staying home and not going to that party. There's going to be a bunch of drama. You don't want all that drama. There's something here that I feel like he's protecting you from with regards to the timing being right. So I like that for you. You're protected. That's good. That's good. All right. So for Miss Manu, we've got, will she clear her civil exam in 2026? Yes. What is this though? Five of Rods. There is going to be something that makes it a little bit more complicated, perhaps a scheduling issue or just a struggle in terms of finding the time to review what you need to review. But with this Knight of Wands or Horseman of Rods in the reverse, this is saying if you can address the motivation, you will win. So the key to all of this is stay motivated to do what you need to do. If it's studying all the time, then do it. Don't sacrifice that for someone else. I do feel like there's going to be someone here who gets irritated because you're not able to go to some function or some event, or, oh, you're doing that again. Yes, because my future matters. Stick to it and keep that motivation high, and your dedication will pay off in 2026. So I'm wishing you the best of luck. I would love to see that happen for you. All right, y'all. I'm going to leave it there. Did I say hello to James? Hello, James. Thank you for the likes and the subscribes and for being you. And I will see you on the next reading. Toodles.